There's a lot of great new fan theories for Roman Reigns after he defeated Drew McIntyre, so we'll take a look at what the fans are now predicting for Roman. We'll also check out some possible directions for Maryse and much more. Let's start things off by diving back into Roman Reigns' storyline and title reign. Heading into Clash at the Castle main event, everyone agreed that for the first time in a long time, Roman's title reign actually seemed in legitimate serious danger. He was going up against Drew McIntyre in front of a hometown UK crowd of 60,000 fans that were all mostly against him. Some fans even made comparisons to John Cena versus RVD at ECW One Night Stand. That's almost the same sort of atmosphere that was going on here. It wasn't a split crowd at all. You can say that 95% of the fans were fully behind Drew McIntyre and didn't want to see Roman win at all. Even some signs of, "If Roman wins, we riot," were spotted in the crowd, which was also a popular sign that ECW fans had for John Cena back then. So, same sort of vibe. Roman was stepping into a hostile crowd that wanted nothing to do with him. Added with Drew McIntyre feeding the crowd to gain some momentum, things got scary. And like we've been discussing, WWE was throwing out so many hints that Roman's title reign was coming to an end. The fans started to wonder if they were actually setting us up for Roman to retain. And that's exactly what happened. Drew McIntyre had all these emotional video packages about his entire life, from growing up, debuting in WWE, getting fired from WWE, returning to WWE. Just these great packages that made you really want to root for him to win these titles. Then at Clash at the Castle, Drew McIntyre's classic theme and all-time fan favorite theme, Broken Dreams, was played before Drew walked out. It was setting up this perfect homecoming for Drew McIntyre, and everyone expected Drew to actually pull it off and win these titles to end Roman's historically long title reign. Drew would have gotten that 3 count if it wasn't for Solo Sikoa. Solo stopped the homecoming dream, and Roman's title reign will continue on. Some fans are also questioning the strange ending of Tyson Fury getting in the ring and singing with Drew McIntyre after Drew had lost. Fans speculate that this was just done just to send the 60,000 fans home on a much lighter and happier note than just walking out after their hometown hero was robbed once again. So that's the reason why Tyson got in there and had fun with Drew McIntyre, just to distance the fan from that gut punch that they had just taken. So now, back over to Roman. If Drew McIntyre wasn't the chosen one to dethrone him, who's next? And who is the best chance to dethrone him? Well, a new fan theory and prediction that's going around makes perfect sense. The next man up to possibly dethrone Roman Reigns could now be Cody Rhodes. Cody said it literally on the first edition of Raw that he was on after his return. He said that he wants to win the WWE Championship for himself and for his father, who never held that title. Cody took out Seth Rollins a handful of times, but his road to the WWE title was obviously put on pause by his torn pec. But when Cody eventually returns, fans fully expect him to go right back to that same mission of climbing back to the WWE title. There's still no accurate timetable for Cody's return. Some fans think that maybe he'll be ready by late 2022. Some fans think that WWE might as well hold on to his return and use it for a surprise entrant at Royal Rumble. If Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble match, there goes your WrestleMania 39 main event, and once again, another extremely scary matchup for Roman Reigns. Now, the other rumored WrestleMania 39 opponent for Roman Reigns is obviously The Rock. But considering how hard he is to get a hold of, Cody Rhodes definitely seems like the more realistic option at this point in time. So if Roman holds the Universal title all the way until night 2 of WrestleMania 39, that'll put his title reign at 945 days long. Roman will be approaching nearly 1,000 consecutive days as champion if he makes it to WrestleMania 39 with his title. and day 945 may be Roman's last day as champion if Cody Rhodes is able to dethrone him in the main event of WrestleMania 39. A historic title reign like Roman's current one definitely deserves to end on a massive stage like WrestleMania to someone of Cody Rhodes' caliber. That's the most ideal and perfect end to Roman's title reign. Cody Rhodes finally dethroning a near 1,000-day long reign to become the new champion at WrestleMania. So with Clash at the Castle officially marked off, it looks like the next time Roman will be in serious jeopardy of losing his title could be WrestleMania 39 itself. So there very well could be several more months left of this current title reign for Roman Reigns. And with Solo Sikoa now making the bloodline stronger, maybe that could be the reason why Roman will cruise into WrestleMania season still as Universal Champion. Another popular fan theory going around right now is with Dexter Lumis and Miz storyline. So the current storyline here is that Dexter Lumis is stalking and haunting The Miz. We don't know quite yet why he's coming after The Miz, but all we know is that he wants something from him for some reason. Usually when The Miz is involved with a potential big storyline, Maryse will make a few short appearances on Raw and add a lot to the story. So fans are wondering if Maryse could return to Raw one of these upcoming weeks and suddenly find herself caught in the crosshairs of Dexter's attacks on The Miz. How would some appearances from Maryse affect Dexter Lumis' plan? Will he switch focus and try to capture Maryse in order to get The Miz's attention? We sort of saw a similar situation play back in summer 2020, where Bray Wyatt used Alexa Bliss in order to get into Braun Strowman's head and gain leverage over him. So similar idea here with Dexter Lumis. Could he use Maryse as leverage over The Miz in order to get whatever it is that he's after or wants The Miz to do? Maybe The Miz is sort of ignoring everything that's going on with Dexter Lumis right now, but if Dexter forces his hand by getting Maryse involved in that storyline somehow, then maybe The Miz will finally give in. Obviously, this isn't a main event storyline and feud, but it definitely is something unique, different, and unpredictable. So it does seem like a big enough story that deserves Maryse's presence, and she'll instantly play a big role in the story. But then again, it does hurt the character's common sense and logic. It's sort of like Rey Mysterio in 2020. Rey had Seth Rollins and all these guys coming after him and doing all these things to him. Yet, he continued to bring his full family to Raw every week and put them in harm's way. And that obviously made Rey look a bit goofy, because if you know that things aren't safe right now on Raw, why do you keep making the same mistake of bringing your entire family to the show? So you can argue the same sort of logic here for The Miz and Maryse. The Miz is now fully aware that he's being stalked and watched. So taking that fact into consideration, yes, it doesn't make that much sense for The Miz to willingly bring his wife to Raw right now at a time like this. It would be pretty silly of him to bring her onto the show and put her in harm's way. But on the other hand, if Dexter just appears with Maryse out of nowhere, then that's obviously different. That was out of The Miz's hands. Or if Dexter does take this to another level and try to visit The Miz's home within the storyline, then that could also be a spot where Maryse doesn't have much of a choice and will be forced to be in the middle of everything. So lots of possibilities there with this storyline, but what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.